not a great week for me. Meanwhile, who's had a really great week? The Sterling punt, or the faith in Sterling showing off after a long few weeks. Yes, host, can you just take through us your team? What were your transfers and
Yeah, so for me, I just held faith in Sterling and I got in Son and Pedro Porro. Son didn't return. I have no idea how they didn't manage to score against Luton and how they went one man down because you could see in the first 10 minutes they had at least three chances to go up ahead. So this is something which we should expect from Spurs. I don't think they'll score 6 goals, 7 goals. Um, they are not that kind of a side. Um, Against teams which have high line, Son can run and behind probably score a hat trick. But other than that, I don't expect them to run over all the teams because they are barely winning against these kind of teams where they can actually impose themselves and play really well. But it was such a horrible game to watch after captaining Son and Bissouma getting red carded. Yeah, so anyways, at least Pedro Porro and Madison returned. And also I held faith in Gabriel. He also came into the fore for the last two games. He has been really good. Trippier, again in the midst with all the assists that he gets. Johnson, I think he returned 9 points and Sterling with 16. Saka was in the team and João Pedro came in for him. And so, yeah, I've kept faith in some of these players, and probably I'll look to wild card soon in game week 10 because I think game week 9 you don't see any difference from probably in the game week 8 um, template. So probably I would wait till game week 10, getting more info about the Robertson injury. Probably you can get a simicast if we know that Robertson is out for some time. We know that. The likes of Liverpool have good fixtures, the likes of Aston Villa have good fixtures, but can they live up to expectations? We are not still sure how good they are as teams which are looking to get into the into the top in the Premier League, but we have not seen that fluent football from either of these sides. So probably it's a wait and watch for me. Probably game week 10, I will wild card, and probably right now in the game week 9, um, Saka is a concern for me. Probably he might start. Sterling playing against Arsenal, and he has a couple of tough fixtures coming up. So I want to ship him out after his good performance in the last game week. So probably I'm thinking about dead ending my team. So Mayur, what do you think? Is dead ending a team with a hit too much? Probably I'm thinking about getting out Sterling and Saka. If Saka doesn't start, Sterling and Saka for Bruno Fernandes and probably a Jota punt because I feel probably just maybe he might start. So this is all depending on the news that we get
teams?
prior to the deadline. If I know that Saka is not starting, if I know that Jota might start, then probably -4 for Bruno and Jota. What do you think?
Yes, Jota, I was very keen upon because we know, and as we mentioned at the start of the pod, the South American duo of Diaz and Darwin Nunes might miss on out on some minutes, and we know Everton, a derby, Jota coming in play, scoring when needed. So Jota was the one player. If I had an opportunity this week to dead end or something to take just 1 week, but Jota is high on my list. The second thought about Bruno Fernandes, yes, he has looked involved, but I don't know again the ceiling about how much can he score is a -4 justified for him. But if you look at the other way, if Jota -4 is justified for Jota, so I might say yes. So it's just the other side perspective, and yes, Bruno Fernandes. But do you
Sheffield
think
away.
Bowen? Yeah, do you think Bowen is an interesting pick over Bruno Fernandes?
I
The
wouldn't
way
go
Bowen is.
Bowen for against Aston Villa, who are at home. Aston Villa at home would be decent in defense, I feel. So
Or
Sheffield
maybe
United away any day for me. Yeah,
yes, so that is your transfers. Yes, I am very happy with
yeah.
those two transfers. Jota was always the main thing, and yes, a -4 is justified. And this is the time to take risk. You have already gotten a good score till now, so yes, you can definitely take a risk. Is unlike me, I have been sitting at 3 million rank. or something like that. So there is no room for me to take any risks anymore. So yes, that's a good transfer for you, and yes, I would go with it. But yes, Saka, at the end of the day, I would prefer more Saka than Bruno, but that depends on team news. If Saka is unwell,
Yeah.
you might as well do the change.
So this is
Any
probably the most difficult season that you have had in the near
yes,
future, like in the recent past. So what
yes.
do you think is the reason for that? What do you think you will do in the future so that right now in this season has been a lot of variables. There have been a lot of sides which came in like Alvarez punt which went against us. Probably I didn't have Mbumbo in the start where he scored a lot, and when I got him when he didn't score. I had Watkins throughout the first 6 game weeks, and then I shipped him out, and he got a hat trick. So a lot of slight variables. If it goes against you, you are moving 5-10 lakhs down in the ranks table. So what do you think is your strategy moving forward, and what do you think was your mistakes in the last 8 game weeks?
Yes. The main thing you mentioned, the rank drop has been severe. If it's a 2 point or 4 point thing, also it takes you a lot of places down. First of all, as we mentioned, we let's take an example of this week itself. Variance. So variance has been a lot. This time around, there are a lot of options, and you have to pick the right options at the right time. So Son playing as a striker against a Luton Town. On paper, it looks like yes, we are going to be getting the good out of him. But we saw he had chances, but he didn't finish. So that is the variance at the end of the day, which has been not in my favor this season. And if you talk about template, so generally a few seasons back the template was very strong and template delivered, but this time around the template is not very closely knitted. There are 10 players in a five-man midfield, so there are 10 midfielders which can get you the points, and I feel this time around I have been on the worst five every time. So probably, but yes, that is the variance. That is how you play. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. So it doesn't mean we don't have to take more risk, or we don't think play the way we think about it. So yes, there are a few things which haven't gone in our favor, but that's how we play. If it doesn't come back, if the points don't show for the risk we have taken, it's fine. Yes, but the thing which I want to improve is uh, uh, captaining has also been something which has been missed by me this season. So most of the season, most of the game weeks, it was Haaland. So basically, there wasn't. I didn't risk it much with the captaincy. I was very safe, and that is something I want to mix around in future if there are any opportunities. But I still feel any day Haaland, I can't just go against Haaland. That is something I want to change about it. Apart from that, I've already played my wild card, so I am set defensively. The only now thing is to pick the right midfielders and hope the variance goes in our favor. That is the main thing which I've been focusing on in the next coming weeks. And as for
Yeah.
my transfers, I will be rolling my transfer. And in game week 10, I might take a -4 and do three transfers. When there is another bigger fixture swing which you will be targeting with your wild card, I will be targeting with the three free transfers. So that is my uh,
Makes sense.
and this week, host, captaincy choice. Who do you think will be captaining?
I don't have Salah, so probably it's pretty evident that I'll have to go with Haaland. And even if I had Salah, I'd probably go with Haaland because I think against Brighton they will ship in goals. And Haaland has been very unlucky this season. If you look at the XG that he posts, I think against probably against Arsenal, you could see that they were outplayed. Other than that, you can see that even against the West Ham in the West
Mm.
Ham match, you could see that there are a lot of chances that he missed that he would have scored any other day. So I don't want to bet against Haaland, especially for the fact that I am sitting in a very decent rank right now, where I can look to build on this and move into the 1 lakh area. So probably I don't want to take too many risks right now. The biggest risk I could take was put Son captain for the last game week. But if it paid off, it would have been great. But then now I'm not complaining because it didn't hurt me because Haaland didn't score that many points and I got covered by Salah's point with Sterling. So I'm not complaining right now.
Yes. So our league code is mentioned on the screen. If you want to play with us, you can join us. So let's move on to the last part